Tom and Jerry 2021 came into my house and raped my family. Why did anyone think this movie was a good idea? Is this a prank done by the actual Tom and Jerry? My ex made me see this movie in theaters, and because I recently rewatched The Fast and the Furry and A Nutcracker Tale, I got reminded of this abomination. And before you tell me that I'm an idiot and this is a kid's movie, please kindly just fuck off. The fact that this is a kid's movie doesn't mean it is allowed to be shit. So I will give the movie a thumb up for being consistent and having every animal be animated, but the way the animals are integrated is often... yeah. So, hey, Jerry is looking for a place to live and Tom wants to scam people by pretending he's a blind cat playing the keyboard. The thing is though that I can feel that these people are pretending. Now, hear me out. It's the movie's job to make me believe that this world I'm seeing is real. But the second I see anyone in this movie talking or trying to look at the animated animals, I instantly get pulled out. So Tom and Jerry's shenanigans ensue and you're thinking that you'll have a gay old time. But Tim Story had a brilliant idea. He made a Tom and Jerry movie where Tom and Jerry are not the main characters. Now, before you grab your pitchforks, I don't mean that they need to be on screen all the time or that you can't have other characters. Fast and the Furry is probably my favorite piece of Tom and Jerry content and that has quite a few characters. The thing is though that those characters are funny, engaging, interesting, competent, consistent, and they don't take away from Tom and Jerry. I don't think anyone wanted to see this movie for Daisy Ridley's classmate. So we meet Kayla. She is a failure, a homeless person, I think. She can't afford any food.
Hello.
Hey.
Back for another free meal?
But she also looks like this. Usually people who are poor don't have the money for fancy clothes and makeup. The movie bends itself backwards to make her look like a good person. Don't believe me? Well, just sit tight. Kayla steals this lady's identity to get a job at this hotel and she gets it almost immediately. Because, you know, the one thing that no one puts on their resume is a picture. You know what, I honestly don't know if this movie is happening in a clown world or not. Some characters are absolutely retarded and some are sensible? Maybe? Everybody just flip-flops back and forth and it's all so funny. Funny is an important term for Tom and Jerry. You know, usually Tom and Jerry content tries to be a little bit humorous, a little bit cheeky. Unfortunately, we live in a different climate today and a joke that might have a little bit more bite to it is frowned upon.
Don't worry, I'll hang on to you like a fat man to a donut. This always gives me the creeps, sir.
He's the president of Hollywood. He's supposed to give you the creeps. Greetings, your tinseliness, imperious leader of Hollywood.
What's this little thingy here do?
No, don't touch that!
That technology thing is certainly moving fast, isn't it, Biff?
Boy, I'll say.
Gorthon, have you ever heard that thing about sticking your tongue on a piece of frozen metal?
No, what do you mean?
Well, Gorthan, they say that if you touch your tongue on a frozen piece of metal, it will stick.
What?
I curse your souls, mortals! Squirty! Squirty! Squirty's coming!
Mr. pussycat. How are you going to sleep at night after a rotten trick like that?
Well, I think you'll sleep just fine, Buzz.
From now on, Hollywood is going to stand for morality, wholesomeness, good, clean family entertainment.
What's gotten into him? We can't have that kind of attitude in Hollywood.
The usual Tom and Jerry shenanigans are fine and a little bit fun, but everything else is so fucking worthless, cringe, and so safe.
I'll catch it, sir. Him. Or her. It could be a female. I'm not gender biased, and I don't want to go by.
I'm not saying that every joke needs to be offensive, but what I am saying is that fat people are funny. And Kayla going into the hotel at this time and meeting this lady is incredibly unlikely, but oh well. So Kayla needs to help with planning the wedding of this lovely couple, Ben and Prita. One is a retard and the other one hates that the first one is a retard. You can probably guess which one is which. It kind of defeats the point of the wedding when Prita just shits on Ben for the most part, and he honestly kind of deserves it because he is not a real person. He is a fucking caricature. It is all so fucking weird. Jerry has been compromised and the hotel wants him gone. So who do you think is the best person for the job? Well, of course it's fucking Kayla because I got nothing. So, a little tangent. People in this clown world treat animals basically just like we do, but they also don't. Kayla sets a trap as if she wanted to catch a regular mouse, but when Jerry outsmarts her trap, she says,
Someone leave there.
What is that?
The sign of a worthy competitor.
oh yeah, and then there's also shit like this. Listen, if this was consistent, it would be fine, but the rules ain't fucking consistent. Okay, so hear me out. When there are fighting noises coming out of a room, I don't think that the newly employed event planner is the person to send.
Is this personal? Is this some form of revenge sabotage?
Is that like a personal attack or something?
Little mouse? What? He was here too? Wait a second. You're a cat. Can't you catch a mouse? Isn't that in your DNA?
Who let the simpleton out of the asylum? Yeah, you dope.
Tom is officially an employee and Ken is in the way of his cool walk. Just go away. I wonder why they never look at each other in one shot. Speaking of shots,
Listen here, kitty cat. I don't like being pounded.
there's also this bag person named Joy, and everyone is either being mean to her or is making fun of her for being weird.
You are a fascinating creature.
Wow, I thought we were being inclusive, guys.
Oh my gosh!
So Tom needs to get rid of Jerry, Kayla needs to be a therapist, and Michael Pena needs to clean animated shit. Now listen, so I don't know much about working at a hotel, but I don't think event planners bring mail and gifts to celebrities. Also, do event planners walk the dogs of residents? Prita and Kayla have known each other for like 5 minutes and they are already the bestest friends. Prita trusts Kayla enough to talk about her relationship and her missing ring, and Kayla becomes a fucking bridesmaid. Like, what is happening? You know who usually doesn't become a bridesmaid? A random fucking employee of the hotel you're staying at. So far we've had a few scenes with Tom and Jerry. It feels like the writers just want to get these scenes out of the way because they really want to tell the story of this Mary. Wait. Wanted to see this movie for Daisy Ridley's classmate?
Mary Sue? Oh, fuck.
Tom traps Jerry, kicks him out, and him and Kayla are so happy that he does the super funny Fortnite dance.
Just move! If you got no, just move. It's all I want to see some movement.
Then the tornado happens and Michael Pena is fired. I love how Kayla fucked up and didn't get rid of Jerry and this insane animal tornado happened, but it's Michael who is fired and not her. But then when the wedding happens and Michael fucks it up by using Tom and Jerry, Kayla gets fired. Oh, and by the way, they find out she was an identity thief and they do nothing about it. That's great. That's so great. The bartender is kinda Kayla's love interest and he doesn't care that she is a terrible person.
Listen, Kayla, you're gonna get the skills. You already got the smart, she got the funny, and you got the love of helping people.
A cat that eats mice is locked up with a mouse. They keep switching back and forth between being insanely retarded and being sensible. Just pick one road and stick with it. The wedding is so fucking goofy, which they are clearly going for, but the characters act like the animated shit isn't happening. There are elephants, a tiger, peacocks, Tom, Jerry, Spike, and the tornado happens again and all of these people just look at each other angrily. Prida looks disappointed at Ben, Peter is angry with Kayla. What the fuck is this? Do you see what is happening? I mean, I know you don't because none of this shit is real, but come on. What the fuck was Tim Story doing while this shit was happening? The second act low point. Thankfully, we only got a couple of minutes left. Tom and Jerry feel guilty for fucking up the wedding.
I think what they're trying to tell us is that if we go back to the hotel, quickly salvage what we can, and we find a last-minute venue and some sort of befitting celebrant, we can fix this by putting on a makeshift wedding.
No, you should be in jail. You can't be in here. Where is the fucking security of this hotel? Stop. Tom and Jerry get Prida. She gets the park where they set up the wedding in like 5 fucking minutes. They even got the bar. You know, Ben apologizes and says that he'll be a better person and that everything will be so good. Wait, no. She stole your identity. Why? What? How? No, this isn't fucking real. She needs to be in fucking prison. And why are you so happy? Why are you thinking about fucking Michael Pena instead of locking up this bitch? And she gets rehired at the hotel. Why the fuck was this movie called Tom and Jerry? You were given one of the oldest and most famous IPs ever, and you wanted to tell this shitty fucking story about this horrible cunt. Do you know how many people would want your job? And how many would care enough to write something worthwhile about Tom and Jerry? There is a reason why I mentioned rewatching the older films. Even though they are silly and goofy most of the time, they still have worthwhile things to say. And they are funny as fuck. And your movie is so fucking cringy. Why did you do this, Tim Story? So anyway, thank you for listening and goodbye.